born again man. The born again man. 1 John 5:4. A born again man is one who is born from above, born by the Spirit, born by God. What the flesh gives birth to flesh, and spirit gives birth to spirit. A born again man is born of God, born by the Spirit, born through the finished work of Christ. If it were not for the cross, this born again man wouldn't be there. So he's born through the finished work of Christ. The born again man is not natural, is not a sinner. The born again man is spiritual. He is a saint. He was declared a saint. He was declared righteous by the judge himself. And that judge is the one who paid for his sins. He is spiritual. Morality is not spiritual. No, you can have a good character, but without Christ. Yeah. So being spiritual is having God inside you and acknowledging what he did on the cross and receive the gospel, receive forgiveness of sins. And now, when he dwells in you, you are spiritual. Born again man is one spirit with Jesus, one spirit with God. 1 Corinthians 16, verse 17. Inside you, when you are a believer, a born again man, you don't have two spirits. You have one spirit, which is united with Christ. It's a mystery. And that unity produces a new creation. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 17. A new type of a person whom we call Son of God. Son of God is not gender. Son of God is the union of the spirit of a human being and God, and produce that new man who has never been seen on this planet Earth. That man is dwelling in that vessel of earth, and that man will be revealed later. That man is not to play with. That man is not common. That man is as Christ. That man is like God. That man is very powerful. The born again man is united with God, but you can't see it. He lives inside. One day he's going to drop off that body and put on a glorified body, a body which is ageless, a body which does not die, a body which is glorious, and he will be complete. But as of now, he is inside an earthen vessel. That's a born again man. A born again man is a citizen of heaven. He has rights. He speaks and they happen. He knows his rights. When you know your rights in your nation, you know what to do. You know what to say. You know what to claim. Because you are a citizen. When you enter into your country, having your passport, they don't ask you many things because you are entering in your nation. It's your right. It's your right. In some nations which are rich, they give money. They have rights of receiving help. Like our country. Heaven is our country. It's rich. It's rich. It's your right to be healed. It's your right to have good things. It's your right. It's your right to live right. Yeah. It's your right. Because you're a citizen. So you become a citizen of heaven here on earth. You don't become a citizen when you die. No. You don't become a citizen of heaven when you die. No. You become a citizen of heaven whilst you are still here. That's why you are called an ambassador. An ambassador is someone who belongs somewhere. Good. And therefore, a born-again man is a citizen of heaven. A born-again man possesses all things because his father died so that he may have inheritance. You don't work for inheritance. Inheritance are the things that your father is working for. He died. You can't have them unless he dies. So he died so that you can have inheritance. What's that? Eternal life. What's that? Power. What's that? All good things. What's that? Peace. What's that? Everything that is of God is my inheritance. And also, there are things reserved for us in heaven right now. Born again man possesses all. Born again man, he is the beneficiary of what his father died for. He is the beneficiary of the covenant of Christ and God. You don't enter into a covenant as a human being. Human beings failed in the Old Testament. God made a covenant with himself, with Christ. Just as a woman and a man, they come into the covenant of marriage, and children are beneficiaries. So we are children of God as beneficiaries of the agreement between God and Christ. No human being can become, can get into the covenant with God. It's unjust. It's not fair, because no man can keep the requirements of the covenant there. And Abraham tried it, and he actually slept. He slept. He couldn't make it. So God had a covenant with himself, and us, we are the beneficiaries. Who? The beneficiaries. We are enjoying the beneficiaries now and forever. So a born-again man is a beneficiary of the covenant which God did with himself, with Christ himself. That's Christ himself. Yes, the born-again man has endless life and immortality. The born-again man is endless life and immortality, but dwelling in mortality, but staying in mortality for a short time. Born-again man is perfect as God, as holy as God. That's the born-again man. The born-again man contains God. He contains God. He's just moving there, but containing God. 2 Corinthians 4, verse 7 and 8. Born-again man has no gender. Born-again man is the amalgamation of the Spirit of God and the Spirit of man. Born-again man is will put on a glorious body. Born-again man later, after this life, will put on a glorious body. That's Philippians chapter 3, verse 20. The born-again man will take out this earthly suit and put on a heavenly suit. And put on a heavenly suit. And thus, he is now complete. So born-again man overcomes all obstacles, overcomes the world, overcomes the devil, overcomes the flesh, overcomes demons. He overcomes everything. He has great power too. The born-again man has to realize how much power is on his mouth, how much power is inside him. That power inside him cannot work unless he speaks. And when he speaks, Jesus will perform. God bless you.